Hello guys, very quick video demonstration to show you the learning snapshots that your children will be taking home with them after school on Tuesday. I'm just going to break down the components of the report so you've got a better idea of what it is that you're looking at. Okay, one of the first things that you'll see at the top of the sheet is the curricular area. Every class at Hilton of Cadboll this term has chosen literacy. There'll be different focuses: reading, writing. This one here is a writing learning snapshot. You'll also have the attendance in terms of percentage and also the level that they're working at. I'll come back to that later on. Next thing are the experiences and outcomes. Teachers, we've got certain things that we have to cover over the course of a year. We've put in the experiences and outcomes that are related to the task that they have done. So this one is from my class, it's a writing task, so therefore I've put in experiences and outcomes that are related to that task and related to writing. Also, we've put in skills for life, learning and work that are related to the task, that are important as the children move through the school, that they can see that they're building skills that are going to help them in later life throughout the school and when they go into employment. The next thing is a basic overview of the learning. So that could be a wee description about a topic that a class has done. So for example, my one was a set of instructions. So I've put a short paragraph saying previous instructions that the class have wrote and also a bit about the task that they have done for their learning snapshot. The next thing that you'll see is the learning intention, which is based around the piece of work, and with that the success criteria that the children need to be able to meet in order to do the task successfully. My one, we are learning to write a set of instructions. Next to that, the criteria that they need to meet in order to be successful. We are learning to use bossy words, and also we are learning to self-assess a piece of writing. The criteria that matches that one is the one that is next to it. The next thing that you can see is the self-assessment and the teacher assessment. The self-assessment is the part that the children has completed themselves when having a learning conversation with the class teacher. A learning conversation consists of talking through their piece of work that they've done, questioning them, and then asking them to set targets and discuss what they are pleased with about their writing. Now, we've chosen to use a smiley face for if, yeah, doing that really well, I've met that criteria, I'm happy with that criteria. We've chosen to go with a straight face if the teacher or the child thinks, not quite met that yet, or no, I haven't met that criteria yet, and that's something for me to work towards. So as you can see here, during the self-assessment, the pupil has decided that they have met the criteria, and then in my assessment, I've decided that yes, they've met the criteria for most, but they need to work on one specific aspect. This is just an example that I'm showing you, okay? The next thing that you will see is the level of support that your child received during the task. We've broken it down into independent, some support, or one-to-one support. The independent means that they worked on it on their own. Some support means that they maybe worked with the teacher for some parts of it, or other adults in the class for some parts of the writing. The one-to-one support means that they were working with an adult that was specifically working with them and nobody else, to either scribe for them or to work on the computer with them. The next thing is, during the learning conversation, we asked the children something that they felt that they had done really well, something they'd learned or improved on, and this is where we want them to be critical and look at how they've graded themselves and hopefully pick some of the ones that they've given themselves a smiley face for. So for example, this one has got a whole range of the criteria to choose from when picking out something that they want to do, or something they felt they've done really, really well. The next thing is something that they will improve on next time, so once again we hope that they will look at the faces and hopefully they'll choose one where they haven't given themselves a smiley face and therefore they know that they have to work on that specific area. We hope that when they're writing their next steps that they can be critical and come up with one that is taken from the criteria rather than something that isn't on the criteria, like improving spelling perhaps, or neatness of writing, because it's not part of, it might be part of some of the snapshot criteria, but it's not part of this one. So we would hope that they would choose something to work on that's in the criteria. Okay. Well, this one is quite difficult because it's all smiley faces. So I suppose therefore we may look at, or have to look at, how we can move the piece of writing up to the next level. The next thing is the teacher's comments. The teacher's comments here is based only on this piece of writing or the snapshot that your child has done. Most of us have elected to go for a strength or a development area from that piece of writing or from that snapshot, and it's not related to any other piece of work that they've done. The general comments is an opportunity for the teachers to write down the attitude displayed, the behaviour displayed, other curricular areas, what your child has been getting up to in terms of clubs, are they pupil council, what pupil groups they're doing, are they taking part in J-Rock. All those things would be included in the general comments, and that moves away from the learning snapshot and just gives you a wider idea about how your child is getting on. The last thing here is worth reading. It just gives you a wee piece of information about the levels that I mentioned earlier. So they're classed into early, first and second, depending on what level your child is working at. And then you can see here if they are working within the stage or if they're ahead of the stage they should be working at for the age that they're at. The snapshots that are coming home will either have a section at the bottom for you to sign and return, or you may have a return slip that looks like this that is attached to one of your snapshots that you can put in any feedback that you have and then sign and date it, and if you could return one of the snapshots, you'll get 2 home tomorrow if you could return one of them and fill in the general comments just as soon as you can. Also accompanying the snapshot is just a cover letter which just goes into a bit more detail about the snapshot. And that will be included in the envelope tomorrow. So hopefully this has been of some use to you. Anything else that you're not sure about, or any questions you have at all about the snapshots, the teachers will be delighted to speak to you about it at Parents' Night on Wednesday or any other time. Okay, thank you.